hand, we beseech you, all our actions by your holy inspiration. Guide us on with your gracious assistance, so that every prayer and work of ours may begin with you and be happily ended by you. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning,
Good morning,
ma'am.
Doc.
Good morning. Now, I noticed that some of you were not able to submit your learning episodes. Oh, so I will still give you another chance on Monday and Tuesday. Okay? And do not forget, when you submit that one, you submit to the Dean's office, or you can just give it to the guard. Just give me the name so that the guard will pick it. Or else my my secretary will go down and get your learning episodes. Do not submit that one to the registrar or to the admin, okay? Because they do not know about the learning episodes. I remember Miss Tihada. Where is Miss Tihada? Not yet, Miss Tihada. Miss Tihada submitted her episodes in the registrar. Do not forget, the college building is separated from the admin building. And you know where the college building located? It is a separate building. Okay? Then another thing, some of you were not able to submit your prelim exam. I started checking your prelim exam and I noticed that there are still, I think, 5 or 6 students who were not able to submit their prelim exam. As what I have told you, you just visit our Facebook group page, then you get the test questions there, then you encode it in a word, then send it to my Yahoo Messenger, Yahoo email ad, Mialits. Okay? Still, I can give you another chance to submit it on Monday. Okay. I have seen there are still 5 who were not able to submit their prelim exam and also the learning episodes. Now remember, there is already an agreement for that when you're going to submit your learning episode before the deadline, of course, your rating will be 4. But if you're going to submit that one after 5 days, your points is
Ah,
already 1. So do not forget for that.
tanawa dito.
Okay? And do not leave blank or vacant space in your learning episodes. Because remember, everything will be checked and there is a points for that. I am very much thankful to Mr. Kimura because you have done your best.
Thank you so much, Mom. I tried my
Okay.
best.
Okay. And you are the first one who submitted the learning episode.
Really, thank you so much,
Okay,
Doc.
you're so very active.
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Hopefully the rest will be doing like that of Mr. Kimura. You know, it's a matter of scheduling your task. Huh?
It's all about time management.
Yes, the time management. Do not think that you are always busy and you cannot do it because you are busy. Time management. Okay? All of us are very busy. In fact, even myself, I am very busy, but still, I'll be doing my tasks, or I will just divide my time to do this, to do that. Oh? So do not forget. Oh? Anyway, that is for your own good. Okay. Now, you will notice that I posted some of the let review in our Yahoo Messenger. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I saw it. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully you have time to open it so that that is the time that you're going to review. Oh, you're going to start reviewing so that you will be well versed when it comes to the different types of tests to be given for the let. Oh, because we're going to, at the end, maybe in the second semester, I will give you time that we are going to conduct our let review. Oh, remember there is a proof ed and there is a gene ed. And do not forget that you belong to TLE. So there is still, I give that one as TLE 1, 2, 3, I think. Oh, review for the TLE. Okay. And do not forget, oh, you should always test yourself. Test yourself anyway. When you open that one, do not immediately look at the answer. Oh, do not immediately look at the answer. All you have to do is to guess what is, you choose first what will be the answer. Do not immediately look at the answer because there is a given answer. But first, oh, when you're going to browse the different questions, you're going to choose your answer first. Then, if you think your answer is wrong, that is the time that you're going to get the correct answer. Okay? Oh, there are lots of reviewers that I posted there. It's up to you how you're going to manage your time. Huh? That is no longer my fault if you cannot open your review. You know, it's really good if you're going to start. It is just like the TCP or the unit earners under me that I give them different reviewers. Then I let them open that one. Then later on, in the second sem, we started our review. And all of them passed the test. So hopefully, you also. It's a matter of time management.
Yes, correct.
Huh? This is the right time that you're going to think what are the things to be done during the let. It is not the time that you're going to take, that is the time that you're going to review. No, it should not be. Uh, there should have a time that you are already prepared. Okay? So, you try to think. There are three. Prof Ed, Gen Ed, and TLE. I have posted there, I think, 3 or 4 review for the TLE. Because I am sure for the unit earners for the TCP, you will be given the TCP, the TLE. Then I posted also there the proof ed and the chin ed. So if you have time, just like for example you are working in your office or where you are working, you can open your laptop or your computer, then you open the Yahoo Messenger, you open the let review. Oh, that is the time that you're going to open that one, then you try to answer. Oh, it's a matter of constant practice. You have there. Time management. Remember for that. I really wanted you to pass the let because I know that is your main purpose. Okay? So much to that. We will continue our lesson and hopefully the rest will get in before the power interruption would be done because in our line there is a power interruption and I even requested the lineman, sir, pwede sir, bisan kutob alas 10 ra sir. Ambot lang ma'am, kay dili man kami magbuot to ama sa amin office. So that is why I might be immediately cut off. That is why I already inform you that there is a power interruption in our line. Okay, because of the transformer, the two transformer, oh, that I think I do not know. I did not know what was the cause of that. There was a fire in the transformer posted in the post. I do not know what happened.
Was it exploded or no?
I did not heard any sounds, but there was a smoke. There was a smoke.
Uh,
That is why they started manipulating that. But I told them, please, even until 10 o'clock. Okay, ma'am. Hinahinayan na naman eh. But remember, ma'am, there is always a power interruption if the case is like this. Okay. So, let us continue so that we can really start. So, we will start with the principles of, okay, principles of learning. So, we have here, uh, we are done with the personal qualities of the teachers, and we have here the professional qualities. The first one, you're going to master the subject matter. And remember, that is the first essential requisite for being a teacher. All thorough grasp of the subject, then keep abreast and keep up with the new and updated trends. Then the second, understanding the learner. This is very important for us teachers. Huh? That is the second professional qualities of the teacher. That knowledge on the nature of the children. Remember, you as a teacher do not think that your students you have equal ability and equal IQ. No, there is always individual differences.
Princess, uniqueness,
Yes, uniqueness. Remember, we are special when it comes
creation, uniqueness.
to our we are special when it comes to our skill, because there is one who is really good in that skill, but there is one who is not good with that skill. So it depends upon the individual. So at last, you must know the nature of your children. Oh, the knowledge and skills. No, the different levels of intellectual and emotional maturity. There are still students who are oh, immature. Immature in the sense that they're thinking that they're still young, although they're already 20. Oh my goodness. Then some of them also, they learn very late, or there is a late blooming of the student, especially if you are teaching in grade 7. Grade 7 and grade 8, they are still 11 and 12. So there's a possibility that they are not emotionally matured. They're there. Then genuine concern and sincere love for the children. So you should always love your students. Huh? Then pay attention to their concern, because there are instances that they will not tell you what is their problem, but you yourself, you are already worried that this boy or this girl has a problem. So you as a teacher, you should oh,
Excuse me.
you should approach your student, ask them what is their problem. Okay? Next, understanding the principles and methods of teaching. Remember for that, no? The principles of teaching is different with the principles of learning. Okay? Remember, there are instances that some of the students, they are really good when it comes to oral. And there are some also who are good in written.
Written. Yeah.
Yes. Oh. And there are some students who are good in theory but poor when it comes to manual. Have you noticed
Actual.
that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So that is why you as a teacher, you should always discover oh, the principles and methods of teaching that you're going to undertake. Oh, do not just give a general teaching that we have the same knowledge and skills. No, that is why you're going to categorize your students so that you can always think what intervention that can be applied to your student. Do not just leave it for granted. Oh, remember for that. So the first thing to understand the principles and methods of teaching, know what to teach. Oh, you're going to understand that our students, especially in grade 7, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, their learning tend to plateau when they graduated their elementary. Why? Because when they are still in the elementary, when they reach grade 6, oh, there was already stagnant learning. Some of them, they go down to its originality, meaning when they read, it is staggered. When they read, no comprehension. Some of them cannot even read oh, the word directly. They're going to read it syllable by syllable. You have there. So that is why you as a teacher always think what kind of subject matter you're going to start. Because if you do not know your learners, there's a possibility that everything will be useless. Okay. Then the next, know how to teach. That is another problem. Know how to teach. You as a teacher, oh, the only thing for the unit earners is only the method and the strategies on how you're going to teach. But I know you have already the guts, oh, especially that you are already second courser. But the only thing is that do not teach if you do not know the subject matter. Do not teach if you do not know the topic. Did you get that? Oh? Otherwise, the result will boomerang to you because what you did is not correct. What you did is wrong. Did you get that? Okay. Next, psychology of learning and how to sustain interest and individual differences. You know, in first year or no, in grade 7 and grade 8, then in senior high school, grade 11, some of them, they are looking at you, but their mind is out. They are physically present but mentally absent. Have you noticed that, Mr. Kimura? I know you are teaching now. Oh, what have you noticed, especially to the freshmen? What have you noticed? They are not listening to you. Oh, they just look at you, but their mind is empty. When you ask them, they cannot answer. Oh, that is why you as a teacher, there is always what you call that one? When you're going to conduct, when you're going to conduct a seminar, workshop, or training, there is what? What do you call that one?
Icebreaker, Doc.
Icebreaker. Good. Energizer. If you think they are really bored, why can't you let them stand? Then do the Zumba. Oh, let them shake their body. You have there. So everybody will enjoy. Oh, that is now the psychology of learning to sustain their interest. Because you know there is always an individual differences. Okay. Next, we have here the general understanding of other branches and field of knowledge. So what will you do? Know how to relate the subject to other subjects. That is the most important. Meaning, you're going to integrate one subject to another subject. The subject that you can integrate, that is why it is called as spiral progressivity. It is only mathematics. Mathematics can be integrated to the rest of the learning areas. Oh, do you agree for that? Do you agree
Yes,
for
Doc.
that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Doc.
Because every subject we use numbers, di ba? We use numbers. That is why math or numbers, they are to be integrated to the rest of the subject. Even if you're going to teach oh, Filipino, oh, Araling Panlipunan, what else? Even if you're going to teach music, arts, and PE, when you teach music, you're going to find how many beats are there in the whole note. Oh, you're there. Oh, that is why it is very important. You can integrate Filipino to Araling Panlipunan. But anyway, you will know this one when we are already the second sem. Second sem because we have practice teaching, internship. And the first thing that you're going to do is to make a lesson plan. But anyway, we are not going to touch that one at this moment because you might be confused. Okay? Then the second one, broad understanding of all field of interest. Yes, that is really true. Huh? If you're going to analyze a proof ed and the gene ed, you can even open your field study handbook 246 at the back. You can read there the different TOS of the gene ed and TOS of the proof ed, and you will know what are those subjects. Those are the field of interest. Okay. Next, number 5, taking pride of teaching as a profession. Always remember, because you are now in the second ladder, second course, so naturally, you're going to think of the positive outlook in life and good attitude, being a teacher. Remember for that. Huh? Always think positively. You can do it. No matter what, you can do it. I can do it. You can do it. Everybody can do it. So always think positively. Then you must have a good attitude. Oh, good attitude when it comes to teaching. You might be, remember, no retreat, no surrender. You must go on. Take the left, then you can pass. That's it. Then understand your task and responsibility being a teacher. So always remember, you should always understand yourself that you are now becoming a teacher. That is why in FA6, it is about on becoming a teacher. Then your responsibility, what will you do as a teacher? So let us take up here how the learner will be interacted. So you have there. So the learner is an embodied spirit. He is a union of the sentient body and a rational soul. His body experiences sensations and feel pleasure and pain. His soul is the principle of the spiritual acts and source of intellectual abstraction, self-reflection, and free rational volition. Body and soul exist in mutual dependence. Let us feed the body as well as his spirit. Man does not live by bread alone. So you have there. So remember, oh, that our learner, we are not going to feed them with bread alone, but we are going to feed also, oh, their body as well as his spirit. Oh, how will you feed the spirit? By teaching them good values. Oh, always think what will be the moral lesson at the end of the lesson. You have there. Because integration of values education is very important. When you teach, always think, because you know, values education comes in that you did not know that there is already values education while you are teaching. Huh? Take a look. For example, you are discussing. Then you will notice that you ask one student. Huh? You asked one student, oh, for example, what is a noun? Then that boy was not able to understand what is a noun. But there is somebody who raised his hand. Ma'am, can I answer? Yes. Oh, noun is a name of person, place, or things. You have there. Okay? Remember, oh, that when you're going to discover what kind of learner you have, make it sure that there is always a good interaction. Interacting with a student, that is the best thing that you're going to do. Oh, so that boy that you called was not able to answer. You call him again. Oh, what did Mario said about the noun? You have there, but do not be what? Don't be mad. Oh, do not be shouting kabolok. Oh, remember for that. Oh, do not sit down. You stand. Do not be like that. Remember, you should always remember that our students, they have body and spirit. So they are going to think, oh, grabe po si ma'am. Okay, so you have there. So let them say again. Oh, so that is, you are going to always what? Understand and consider the situation of our learners. Next, equipped with cognitive as well as appetitive faculties. Now remember, there are 5 senses. For the cognitive, we have the sense of sight, the sense of smell, the sense of hearing, the sense of touch, and the sense of taste. So you have there. So those are the different oh, cognitive of our learner. So first, you're going to discover what kind of learners you have. You know, during the first week of your classes, do not immediately give your first lesson. Discover first what kind of learners you have, physically and mentally. Physically, you try to discover if they have oh, a very good senses, uh, normal senses. Why? Because if there is somebody who has oh, deficiencies, even one sense, it will affect to the rest of the senses. Have you noticed that? Okay. Have you noticed that if a certain student cannot hear, what will happen? Uh, what will happen to the student if he cannot hear? And he is mixed with the normal students. There's a possibility that this student is a menace of the class. Di ba? O pag uto-utoon ra kay di man makadungog. O not like those who have lost insight, blind, because they can hear. Oh, they can understand if a certain student really make him a fool. Oh, you have there. But those who are hearing impaired, there's a possibility because they cannot hear. Some of the students will be doing bad. And especially for the teacher will be giving a pseudonym. Oh, ni apod ning bungol. Oh, liraw-liraw ra ba ang kalimutaw ani? Oh, you should not be like that. Oh, but at this moment, some of the students who have impairment, they have impairment. Just like for example, here in Butuan City, the teacher can request in the division office that there is somebody, special teacher, who can assess the student in your class. Because in the elementary, it can be assisted by the SPED center, both one SPED center, but in secondary, especially grade 7 to grade 12, oh, nobody can assess. But if you're going to request that in the division, there's a possibility that they are extending help from both one SPED center, that they're going to visit your school for the sake of that impairment you have there. And do not just take it for granted, because that is for the good of the student. So those are the 5 senses. So always remember, you discover who are those students who have impairment. Then the next, imagination. Able to form representations of material objects which are not present in their or to their senses. So you have there. Uh, they are fond of imagination. Have you noticed that elementary, even kinder and grade 1, they are fond of imagining stories. Oh, they can really make a stories out of their imagination. And even the teacher can be their main character. Oh, why? I remember when I observed my grandson in the kindergarten SPED center. There was a boy who went to the front, then relating a story. Oh, Ma'am, I will give one story. I have my rocket. I am the pilot of my rocket. Then loaded at my back is my mother and father, including you, mom. Oh, you see, including the teacher. We reach up to we reach up to Mars. So to isa Mars, then Jupiter. Oh, when we reach Jupiter, the fuel of the rocket lost. So we go back to the Philippines. Philippines, wag yun ito. Then what happened? The rocket dived to the ocean. Then there was a shark. Oh, it's really funny. Huh? If our students can give imagination stories. So it is just like in grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10. They are fond of imagination, that it is by using their senses. You have there. Then memory, able to retain, recall, and recognize past mental acts. It's a matter of recalling the past experiences. That is why every time you are going to teach, make it sure that our students can relate to the real situation, to the real life situation. Then the intellect can form concept of ideas and makes judgment. You have there. But the problem, how can they form concept of ideas and mixed judgment if they themselves, they don't have any intellect? Hala, ang saan naman na? Huh? So, make it sure that all the parts of the body will be functioning. Next, the appetitive. We are done with the cognitive. Oh, we are now in the appetitive. Are his feelings, emotions, and rational will the pain and the pain and joy of the object or an activity? It is indicated through the character of an individual. So we have here 5 elements. First is the ability. Are you following there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
But
yes.
anyway, you have
Yes,
this
ma'am.
copy, di ba? You have this copy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I sent this one to your email ad. How about you, Mr. Osigan? Do you have this copy in your email ad, Mr. Osigan?
Ma'am?
Do you have this copy?
No,
Principles,
ma'am.
huh?
Ah, really?
Principles of teaching with
I have
principles.
already.
Because I sent this one in your email ad. Did you send your email ad to me?
Ah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Make sure that you are opening your email ad so that every time I will send anything, you can open that one. Okay. So you have there. So the first here, remember the pain and joy of an object or an activity. It is indicated through the character of an individual. Uh, so the 5 elements we have here. Number one, ability. It determines their capacity to understand and assimilate information for their own use and application. Categorized into physical, mental. The ability, it is categorized into physical and mental. Physical, the fast, average, and slow achievers. Mental, superior, above average, and below average. So these are the categorization of the ability. Uh, Next element, we have the aptitude. Aptitude, okay, refers to the student's innate talent or gift, a natural capacity to learn certain skills. You have there, that is aptitude. Oh, the talent or gift, the natural capacity to learn certain skills. That is why our students will be given aptitude test to test their ability, whether they learn something or not. Oh, then interest refers to the attraction or strong appeal for something. You have there. Then lessons that give them the chance to express their deep feelings for objects or actions will be more meaningful and easily absorbed. So that is interest. Then another one, family and cultural background. Students who come from different socioeconomic background manifest a wide range of behavior due to the differences in upbringing practices. Do you agree for that?
Yes, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Our student oh, will be what? Manifesting, or they are continuing the bad attitude at home to the school because of their upbringing. The practices they have seen at home will be brought to the school. You have there. That is why that is another problem. The cultural background you have there. I could still remember when I observed some of the students in the IP school, especially the cultural tribe school, oh, that according to the barangay officials, they build Oh, we build a bamboo table wherein all the IP learners can eat their lunch at that table, including the teacher, because the teacher is also IP. She graduated, oh, just imagine she graduated in UP. Oh, and she has a very nice penmanship. But my God, during lunchtime, they did not use the, hello? Yes. Oo, oo. Oo. Nag-klase kami, wa man kamo. Sulod. Oo. Tulong punta. Nag-klase kami. Wa man kamo sulod. Naaman yung mga classmate. Wala pa. Tulong lang kami. Pero pa na lang ka. O pa na lang sa hapon ka magtunga. Launa. Sa sige na kay ako karon nagkuha ng instruction na. Kanang imo gusto mo na learning episodes? Oo. Sa Monday na lang na, sa Monday na lang na. Eh, wala ko sa school. Oo, wala ko sa school. Hindi ako sa balay. Oo. Oo. Oo, mga 12:30. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, okay. So we have here the family and cultural background. So as what I have said, oh, that school wherein 95% they are IP, only 5% they are non-IP. So what happened? Even the teacher is also IP. So during lunchtime, I was wondering, because according to the barangay captain, oh ma'am, nagbuhat na ko og lamisa diri ma'am sa kuan ma'am, kilid ma'am, para dito sila magkaon sa ila lunch ma'am. So we're waiting that they will be there in that improvised table. Oh my goodness. What they did? They were eating at the floor. So myself. Lang ko wala gyud. Oh, bisan unsaon di ay pag-edukar, naa gyud di ay mo ko ang gihapon mo simang. Oh, that is why I was wondering the smell of that classroom. Oh my goodness, grabe ka lang sa. Oh, why? Even the teacher, oh, nagyaka naman to teacher nagkaon. Oh, then the students also they were eating there. Hello ko, ma'am, di ba? Gibuhatan mo sa kapitan diri sa gawas ng table nga nang wala man mo dito magkaon. Ingon ang teacher pag yudayan ami tuwag. Oh, mas maayo man go diri ma'am sa kuan ma'am. Diri sa inin sa ba ni kanang salog. Mas maayo man diri sa salog ma'am kay makahinambid man ta. Ha? Nay bay magkaon maghinambid. Oh, kana. So you have there. So usually you're going to consider the cultural background, oh, especially you're assigned in the IP, oh, IP school, because there are lots of IP schools who are junior and senior high school. You have there, but later on they realize that they are wrong. You have there. Okay, so that is for family and cultural background. Okay, so the attitudes of the learner, that is another one. That is another appetitive of the learner. Students have a unique way of thinking and reacting. Even if you are thinking that they are possessing a good values, but there are instances that their attitude will really appear in the class because it depends on the upbringing of the family. You have there. Then the positive attitudes are curiosity, responsibility, and creativity. Curiosity, students are all times eager to learn. They really wanted to learn, especially in the senior high school. Not much in the junior high school because that is still exploratory. But if the school, for example, they are offering STEM, or they are offering TLE, ah, TLE, because I know you will be assigned in the TLE, especially if that school uh, own different gadgets. There is a Wi-Fi, lots of computer sets you have there. Then there is LCD. Oh my goodness. Laboratory. That's good. So naturally, the students, they are eager to learn. Uh, And you will notice that they will not go out unless they will learn because of their curiosity. So it is just like, for example, you are teaching uh, Japanese language. Di ba, Mr. Kimura? Your students, they are eager to learn Japanese language.
Very
Oh,
well, ma'am.
yes, especially how to use that word.
Yes,
You have
correct.
there. Yes. Then responsibility. They pursue assigned tasks to completion despite personal constraints, accountable to their actions and decisions. That is really true. Oh? They will accept responsibility. They even volunteer. Oh? They even volunteer to do it, even if that is very difficult. Why? Because they really wanted to show to the teacher that they can do it. I remember the story of the teacher in the elementary. According to her, Mom, I have one pupil in grade 6. This pupil is the only daughter in the family. Uh, I was thinking that this child is really señorita at home. That is why, according to her, in the school, she will not even request something. But oh my goodness, that girl used to get dustpan and broom. Oh, and according to the teacher, oh my goodness, ma'am, manlimpyo na dayon na siya, ma'am. Miingon na dayon sa ako na teacher, gawa sa teacher kay siligang ko ang imong under the table teacher, di mo iwag sa kuno siya. Then later on, wingon ko na dito sa CR, ma'am, naa kay kuan ma'am, naa kay sa baga kanang lingin albatros. Albatros na no. Kanang lingin gani. Ma'am, naa kay
Alcampor.
albatros. Oo.
Alcampor.
Dili albatros kanang lingin.
CR?
Oo, ma'am.
Lingin gani. Di siya kuno kay wala lagi kuno siya magpalit sa ilang balay na usay albatros no na. Unsa man na siya day makaon na siya law na. Ma'am, wala kay ana. Sa balay na ay amo anak, ma'am. Magdala ko ugma, ma'am. Alam ko na siya na. Sus, grabe gyud na ako maka-ignorante unsay albatros. So the following morning, dadala ang estudyante katong iyang kuan na bata na udi gyud niya suguon kay hebalo siya senyorita sa ila. Oh my goodness, nagdala ko og albatros para sa CR. Human, nagdala pa ko og Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean, dito ka ng panlimpyo sa kuamba sa bawol. Na ma'am, ako limpyuhan ni ma'am kay sa balay ma'am, ang CR sa kwarto na ako ma'am, ako maglimpyo. Oh my goodness. That was the only time kuno di ay nakanto na bata, although senyorita sa ila pero sa iyang room, siya gyud di ay mangunay paglimpyo nan iya room. Even the CR. Because according to the mother ko, no, not all the times ran ato anak, ato singyorita, ipasingyorita, oh, they should learn how to do it alone. Kay, kung mga wala na kami, ang saan naman na, oh, you have there. So, that is why he should be what? They are always curious to learn something. Kana. Then the responsibility, that is another one. Then creativity, being imaginative, they can think of new ways of arriving at solutions to their problems. They can innovate procedures and techniques. You have there. You know, in the senior high school, they are already in their major. But in the junior, they are still in the exploratory. So they are going to think creatively what they are going to do, or what skill they are going to study, what skill they're going to learn. You have there. So they are going to use their imagination and their creativity. So you have there. So that is for the okay, 4, then 5, then persistence. Oh. Students sustain interest in the learning activity, not mindful of the extra time and effort being spent. Now remember, there are instances that some of the students, they will not go out even if that is already time because they are persistent to learn. Di ba, Mr. Kimura? Oh, what will you do with your students? That is the first time that they have heard that kind of words from Japan. Oh, they will not go out unless they are going to
Mabudaton.
yes, you're there. So it is just like that. If you're going to expose your learners, for example, in SMAU, shielded metal arc, you're there, welding. Now, remember, including female students, they should learn how to do the welding. Welding. They're going to persist that they should be included in this MAU, in the welding. You have there. They don't mind for the extra time. Oh. Okay, so we will just end up to there. Then maybe next week we will start with the multiple intelligences. Then we will go to the next because it's almost 10. We will take up another subject. So we are only up to there. Tihada. Isa pa yung musulod. Okay. Now we have here, you have a copy of this, di ba? Do you have a copy of this?
No, Doc. Walay ako.
Wala daw.
The
Wala,
network
Doc.
messenger? Okay. I will send this one in our Yahoo Messenger. A network teacher. In other words, what will you do as a teacher? The 21st century teacher. So this is your network. Network teacher. Gone by the days that teachers don't know how to use computer. Now, you should be a computer literate. Not only computer, but you should know the different gadgets that you're going to use. Now, take a look with the first one. First, of course, your network are your colleagues. Diba? Your fellow teacher. You have there. Then the second one, your family and local community. Of course, your family. Then the community. Make it sure that you have a good reputation within the community. You have there. Then You have here print and digital resources. You as a teacher, remember, you should have a printer. You have the laptop, you have the printer, and you have the LCD. Huh? When you're going to teach, especially if no more pandemic, we are going to go back to the normal, make it sure that you have a laptop and LCD and also printer because it can really help you. Oh, the printer, the digital resources. Digital resources, those who are gadgets that you will be using in the classroom. Then another one, the conferences. Huh? You should attend different conferences, seminars, workshop, training. Do not be stagnant. Huh? Make it sure that if there is a conference, if there is a training, make it sure that you will be attending. Do not refuse. Do not refuse. If your principal will request you to attend a seminar, immediately you attend. What is the best thing there? You can avail the certificate and you can attain the different learnings that you are going to acquire. Then curriculum documents. Curriculum documents. Now, you will be learning the different curriculum development in our subject curriculum development. So, as a teacher, make sure that you have this kind of gadget. The document, sa pangalan, keeper, document keeper. Oh. As a teacher, you should have the document keeper or what you call the portfolio. Oh. Did you get it? So that you can arrange the different references that you really wanted to use. Then the next, social bookmarking. So you have there. There is always a bookmark that you will be using. Where is the first subject, the second subject, the third subject? What are those documents needed for the test? You have there. Then the next, the video conferencing. There are two ways that you can participate, whether it is in the Zoom or in the Google Meet. You as a teacher, you should learn how to use the Zoom and you should know how to use the Google Meet because it's really very useful. Next, you have the blogs. Oh. You as a teacher, you must know how to make blogs. Then, the weekends. Oh, it's really good if you have a compilation that you will have the box wherein you can. It is just like the index cards that you're going to keep. Then the podcast you have there. You have there the podcast. Oh, are you using this one, Mr. Kimura? Or the rest of you, especially those who are working in the office?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Because that is one of the most important for us teachers. Then Twitter, Twitter and Instagram. Oh, make it sure that you are using the Twitter and Instagram, not only Facebook. Oh. Then another one is the social network sites. You should always tap your friend. Who is your friend?
Google.
Oh,
Google.
very
Of course, the
good.
Google.
Remember,
My best
Google
friend.
is very important for you because every time you're going to ask question, it is only the Google who will answer you immediately without ado. You have there. There are lots of network sites in our internet that we can immediately get information. Then another one is the photo sharing. Copy paste. You have there. Oh. Teachers are fond of doing copy paste, and it cannot be denied. That is really true. Then popular media. What is the most popular media? YouTube. You have there. Oh. What else? Television,
Radio.
radio. What else? Uh, what do you call this one? That you're going to insert only the CD? DVD player. You have
DVD.
there. Oh, you have the television. Oh, when you're going to teach, make it sure that you have this gadget. Oh, if there is no internet in that school, you use TV sets. You use TV and your DVD player. You know, some of the schools that I have monitored and observed, they are even buying so teacher kini ma'am 2000 rin ni na TV. Dako pa bagan pila to ka inches to iya 36. Then ang DVD player niya is only 2,500. Oh. So every time she's going to do something, oh, kana, TV ra. And everybody will be listening. Walay mo gawas. Oh. That according to her, ma'am, ako na mo abog si Ella na panguli na mo, paniudto na mo. Because even it's already 12 o'clock in the morning, they will not go out. Especially that her last subject in the morning is about language. Oh? Then she used to play fairy tales. Mm. So you have there. So making sure that you have these gadgets. If there is no internet in that school, you use your own gadget. Why can't you buy surplus television? 2,000 or 1,500 or 1,800 na sa atbang sa I'm not advertising because I do not know those people. Atbang sa ay gani ala na tindahan. Pure gold. Pure gold. Atbang sa pure gold na surplus diha. Diha nakapalit ang teacher. Tag 2,000 plus ra daw dagko na screen. Okay. Dili kaya wala sa imperial ko man na appliances. Nasa atbang ganang tapad sa Unitap ba na? Oo, kaya. Oo. Naay diha atbang gid sa pure gold.
Dapat sa J-Mark, Doc.
Oo, kana. Naay mga surplus diha na mga DVD
TV.
player, mga TV. Oh. Diha nakapalit ang maestra kay nangutan ako di sa man ka anak day lang. Diha ma'am sa atbang sa pure gold daay mga surplus diha. Oh. 2,000 na lagi nakadako 36 inches iya gipalit. Okay. So these are the network of the teacher. Okay? So did you understand now? I will post this one in our Yahoo Messenger. Okay? Or else in our asa man ako ini i-post? Or in
In
our
our page, Doc. In our page.
in our
Yeah, much better in our page.
Facebook group page.
Yes.
Better page, Doc.
Ah?
Much better post it on our page because in the conversation, there is a possibility that we can mislook those things.
Okay, good. Okay. I will post that one later. Okay, we will continue. Let us have another topic. Okay? It's almost 10. Oh, tingnan ako na, ma'am, sabot na to 10. Nagpahuway pa in town sila. Then I give them snack. Ginuuta. Nakala, sige. Pag snack sa mo, kaya magklase ko, kaya maluwi ko sa ako mga estudyante. Oh, tagsarami magkita. Aw mao ba ma'am lang ko yes. Ugsa. Okay, so the next here we have here develop your own teaching style that promotes responsibility, cooperation, courage, and self-esteem. So you have there. That is the teacher. You're going to develop your own teaching style that promotes responsibility, cooperation, courage, and self-esteem. Take a look with the first one, the continuum. Oh, what kind of teacher you are. Oh. So we have here authoritarian, permissive, then democratic. We have there. So we have here equal and different. The teacher's role is that of a leader while the student plays the role of the learner. Now, take a look at the first one. Authoritarian style. The teacher here is dictator. Huh? Dictator. The teacher here is dictator. You know what is authoritarian? Even the form of government. Authoritarian. Uh, it is dictator. Okay. Do that. Do that. Do this. While permissive style, that is the doormat. Okay lang, sige lang, o kana. While democratic style, the active teacher. You have there. Now take a look with the first one, the authoritarian. Results in an atmosphere of competition, fear, and anxiety. Oh. Di ba, if your principal or your boss in the office is using autocratic form of bossing, what will happen to you? You have always fear, di ba? And anxiety. You are always depressed. You are always stressed. Grabe na ako bossing kaisog. Oh, hinugo ra ba? Oh, kana. Then, environment of rigid order and routine. Order and routine. Bagan di ka makalingkod, permanente ra ka nag-apas, kan imo bossing, grabe ka isog. So, it is just like a teacher. Make it sure that you will not be using this kind of teacher. Teacher gives rigorous discipline, expects swift obedience. Dali, dali, pas-pas. Oh. Discourages verbal exchange, gives few praises. Oh. Wa nay dugay, wa nay good, very good, wala. Tells students what to think, lectures while students listen. Kana, that is the attitude of authoritarian type of teacher. The second one is permissive. Results in an atmosphere of insecurity. Oh. Insecurity, marag dili, marag oo. Environment of chaos with little respect for order and routine. If there is order from the division, wala lang siya, okay lang. Oh. This kind of teacher is apathetic, not very involved, and places few demands. Apathetic ka na, gani, mulikay na naay imoonon. Not very involved. Okay lang. That's the thinking or problem solving for students. Then plans lessons involving lecture, films, and book work. So that is permissive. Then democratic results in an atmosphere of acceptance and high expectation. Environment of order and routine, flexible and conducive to creative, constructive, and responsible activity. Then the teacher here places limits while encouraging independence, is polite but firm and nurturing. You have there. So this is the kind of teacher, hopefully that you will be like this. Places limits while encouraging independence, is polite but firm and nurturing. Is open to verbal interaction. There is always an interactive relationship between the teacher to the learner, learner to learner, learner to the teacher. So you have there. Gives praise and encouragement. So always give, let us say, positive praises. Oh, good, very good. Excellent. Keep it up. Okay. Then, uh, encouragement. You try next time. Okay. Then guides rather than leads. You have there. So democratic, they are going to guide the students, but they are not going to lead. Let the students lead, and you will be the one to guide. Next, we have here the outcomes. The outcomes for the students. The outcomes of the students with that kind of teachers. Let us start with the authoritarian outcomes. So the students are like this. Oh, are given few opportunities for achievement, motivation, self-control, and discipline. Their spirits are broken. Why? Because of the authoritarian outcomes, the autocratic teacher. Then feel powerless and may rebel and disrupt class or comply and become a pleaser. You have there. So you have there. Huh? The student here feel powerless and leads to rebel, magrebelde. And that would be the cause of disruptions of classes. Then have little opportunity to enhance motivation, personal goals, or communication skills. Then, for permissive outcomes, students are less likely to become socially competent, be motivated to achieve, and gain self-control. Have not been told to cooperate or contribute in constructive ways. So that will be the result in the permissive outcomes. Uh, then, the democratic outcomes for the students own and solve their problems, learn self-reliance and socially competent behavior, then are more likely to achieve and be motivated and learn from their mistakes. See the difference between the oh, three kinds of teachers. The autocratic, oh, or the authoritarian teacher, then the permissive teacher, and the democratic teacher. Oh, you have there. So at last you have already the imagination what kind of teacher you will be in the near future. Okay? So the general classroom management strategies for the teacher. Holding and communicating high expectations for student learning and behavior. So you have there. Always remember you're going to hold our students, especially their communication skills. Remember, if the teachers don't have any communication skills, what will happen? Do you think this teacher can share something to the students that you yourself you don't have any communication skills? So you must develop your own communication skills so that when you are going to teach, it's very easy for you to communicate the students. Did you get that? Okay. Then next, establishing and clearly teaching classroom rules. So making sure that there is a classroom rules that you're going to post or the classroom policy or the school policy, the procedures and the consequences you have there. Then always remember, we teachers, we have our own policy. We have our own classroom rules. We have our own procedures and especially the consequences, what they're going to do. Then enforcing classroom guidelines promptly, consistently, and equitably. You have there the classroom guidelines. Then that is the end. Okay. What time is it now? Oh, yes, hapit ng 10. Good that we reached that we finish this topic. Okay? Do you have any question?
Doc,
Do you have
is
None
None,
so far,
question?
ma'am.
none
No,
so
ma'am.
far.
Hi,
Doc,
Doc.
I,
I will check the attendance first. Oh,
Doc,
ah,
is
present.
the yung slides na yan, Doc, isasend mo ba din yan sa group chat?
Yes, I will. We agreed that one already that I will post that one in our Facebook group page. Di ba?
in our
Okay.
page.
In our page.
Akala
Ah,
ko yung picture lang. Sige, sige, Doc.
Doc, excuse me, Doc.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I might be absent tomorrow, Doc, because there is an emergency.
It's all right. Just
Thank you
open
so much. I will just review the YouTube that you sent to my email. So I'm into the group chat so that I can learn from it. I can study.
every time you will be absent. Do not forget to open our Facebook group page because I'll be
Eh,
posting there. Okay.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, is there any question? Because we have still, pila na minutes na lang. Uh, 13 minutes and I'll be posting. If I if I can catch up right now, because we agreed already at 10 o'clock, oh, my internet will be shut down because there is a power interruption. So hopefully this afternoon, if that is already fixed, I can post the different video presentation. Okay?
Yes, Doc.
Yes, Doc.
Okay. So reminding to those who are not able to submit the learning episodes, I will still accept that one. Whether you like it or not, you should submit that one. Okay? Otherwise, you will be incomplete. Okay. So I will check now the attendance. Uh, Ramsel, then Balinoyos, Deniega, Mr. Deniega. Are you there, Mr. Deniega? Lolor, Ostigan,
Yes, Doc.
Abueva, Otor. Otor? Wait a minute. Who is our photographer? Wala. Okay, okay. Sige, sweet. Sige, sweet. Sige, sweet. You start. Ay, okay. Oh, that's it. Okay na. Hisil, where are you, Hisil? Okay. Hisil. Okay, okay. So thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I'll be seeing you